Let's begin. So, in white, we have Unicorn is fine, Dawnbringer Cleric's meh, Flamefist Esguard's solid, Schwinga's solid, Steadfast Paladin's solid, Kitty goes bye-bye, Valiant Farewell, still haven't actually got around to playing this. Still think it might be fine. Here's something on the watch, solid, Celestial Unicorn, Flaming Fist Officer, still undecided. Minimus Containment, fine. Rasad, solid. Icewind Stalwart, solid. Moradin's Disciples. This is one of the double team cards I don't really know how to evaluate. It's very different to most of the play patterns for the other double team cards. I'm still not entirely sold on it being great, just because the stats are so underwhelming that it doesn't pull blocking duty very well compared to the other cards. But it might be interesting. Hello. Stick Together. Board wipe that doesn't kill a party. Cleric, warrior, monks are unfortunately not party members. Soldier, knight, spirit, soldier, cleric. So we have 2 clerics and a warrior, or a pair of warriors. And then Soon's Intervention is very good. So we've got some white, but not like a huge amount of depth in white. Blue has Guild Thief is Seek New Knowledge is fine, Invokers Undersimplifies Githra is fine, it's meh. Okay, once again, blue doesn't exist. Black has Armor of Shadows, which I dig. Deadly Dispute's fine. 2 Guildsworn Prowlers is pretty good. Horde Robbers, solid. Nefarious Imp is fine. Sewer Plague is solid. Vampire Spawn, find a solid. Don't really like Chain Devil or Manticore. Black Dragons, So, there are some solid playables in black, but no bombs and not like a huge depth of them. 2 Guildsworn Prowlers really is... I feel like this is one of the better commons, but we don't have a lot else to support it going on in those colors. Red has 2 Dragon's Fires, excellent. Battlecry Goblins, great. Fiend Lash wasn't super impressive. Rabble Rousers, solid. Swashbucklers, solid. Incessant Provocations, fine. Jaded Sellsword is Warriors of Tiamat, I've been impressed by. Earth Cult Elementals, fine. Red Dragons, solid. Okay, so I'm kind of digging red. 2 Dragon's Fire is like a really strong pull towards a color. Green has Scaled Nurturer, Owlbear Shepherd, 2 Owlbears, and a Skanos, and a Hillgorger, so some solid stuff at 5. Then we got a Bag of Holding, a Spike Pit Trap, 2 Pilgrim's Eyes, so we could splash. Mirror of Life Trapping. So Mirror of Life Trapping is a really, really, really expensive way to make both players have less blockers and get double ETB value. Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. We actually have 2 of the Kalain. Huh. Alright. So then what does the red-black look like? And do we have any sacrifice outlets? We're slightly short on playables. Provocation's fine. I guess we have Meteor Golem and the Pilgrim's Eyes, too. And the Bag of Holding. I don't think we want Mirror of Life Trapping in this kind of a deck. We're kind of lacking for top end in the 4 and 5 drop range. Like, we have a lot of top end at the 6 drop range. Between Kalain, Sword of Horde Robber. We We don't terribly lack for treasure production, and with the Pilgrim's Eye, we're kind of reliably able to get to 6 mana. So maybe this is fine? Yeah, we got Deadly Dispute. That's true. If we're playing 2 Pilgrim's Eyes, 2 Deadly Disputes is probably totally reasonable. Then I actually need a cut. Would I rather cut Earth Cult Elemental or Meteor Golem? I wonder. Baba? I think this card's pretty not great. It's really difficult to get... Like, you need creature, artifact, land. I mean, I guess we do make enough artifacts in this list. We would have to fix off the Pilgrim's Eyes. Well, okay. I don't know if the list wants it, but I'm kind of interested in trying it out. Then we need 2 cuts. Okay, I guess at that point we'd probably cut the Earth Cult Elemental because the Meteor Golem has synergy with Baba, I guess. Oh, I see. I've been misreading this card the entire time. You don't have to sacrifice 3 permanents and all permanents have a different permanent type. You can sacrifice Pilgrim's Eye and a land, and that's artifact, creature, and land. Okay. That's better than I was thinking. Pardon me, kitty, while I scoot over. Okay, I kind of dig that then. That also gives us a sack outlet for the Provocation, which the Provocation also means we should definitely be playing Deadly Dispute. Let's see. I don't really want to play 16 lands with this deck if we're going to play Red Dragon and Meteor Golem. There is still a possibility that I should just be playing Earth Cult Elemental off of the treasure production here regardless. I guess I could get behind this being a 16 land deck. I don't want to get behind that though. But maybe that's what I'm supposed to do? It's a 16 land deck where one of our lands has to be a forest. I don't think I can accept that. I think I need to figure out a cut, but I don't know what to cut. I also feel like I should probably be playing the Bag of Holding, but then I need to figure out more cuts. Do I feel like it's worth playing white? I don't feel like anything in white is better than having access to 2 Dragon's Fires and 2 Kalanes, or 2 Guild Sworns and 2 Kalanes. So I feel like red-black's just better than anything we can do with white. And all of the stuff that's good in white is not splashable. So I think that makes this the plan. Oh, come on. What should I be cutting here? Horde Robber seems really quite strong with the list. We do have 2 Dragon's Fire and an Armor of Shadows. Armor doesn't really help it get through, but 2 Dragon's Fires plus the Horde Robber do synergize nicely, but 2-drop, 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 2-drop. I guess we just have enough 2-drops. I can probably cut it despite my love for that card. Fiend Lash, I don't think is good, and probably should actually be the cut, but I think that I want to continue experimenting with it because it's a rare, so you're going to get fewer opportunities to feel it out. I have not opened Snowborn Simulacra. I have yet to find out if that makes it worth it to go blue. Do I not like Black Dragon? I don't love it. 7 mana's a lot, and -3/-3 doesn't kill the truly problematic cards. And most of the decks that I've had seem like they make the format look faster than this. Like, I dig Red Dragon because it costs 1 less mana, and adding reach to an aggressive deck in the form of, not literal keyword reach, but adding ability to push damage through once your opponent has stabilized the board is something that I always value as the finishing element of an aggressive deck. But in this case, I think Meteor Golem is just a better Black Dragon, since it actually kills something without any kind of caveat, and synergizes better with the Babala Saga. And I think that's probably about as much top end as I want. I don't really want more expensive cards than this. Eddie's Island. Yeah. Okay. I think to start with, we're going to go with that. Except for the part where we should add lands. That's fair. Let's go with something different. We'll go with that forest. Oh, that's a cool mountain. Oh, it's Godzilla Mountain. Okay. Do I not have those mountains that I really like? I guess I don't. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll go with these ones. These ones look fine. 8. And what are some pretty swamps? I really thought I had more full art swamps than this. Full arts in general. Yeah, that's a cool swamp. We'll go with that. Alright. Now we're good to go. Alrighty. Opponent. Looking like they're probably going to choose to be on the play. I think Black Dragon is definitely better than something like Warriors of Tiamat. Really? I don't think that at all. Black Dragon, like, costs a lot of mana, and it's only a 4/4. Warriors of Tiamat is a hasty 5-drop 4-power creature that puts another one in your hand? Admittedly, I could continue trying the Black Dragon, but we've also put it in decks before, and I just, like, had it in hand and never casted it. So I don't really know how much I ought to expect out of it, given those experiences. Oh, this might have been a mistake. I didn't realize this was a 1/2 instead of a 2/2, so it can't attack through the unicorn. It's possible I was supposed to play Battlecry Goblin there. Or it's very, very, very good that I played Kalain because the opponent decided to give me another ETB with another treasure. That also sounds very cool. Let's go ahead and kill that and get our ETB. Missing the land drop's a little more awkward, though. Let's see. How do we want to swing this? This comes in with 4 power. No. Okay. This is going to be weird. We're going to have a lot more resources than our opponent, but our mana is definitely going to be constrained here. Which is extra awkward because of the lack of removal. Luckily, the opponent does not appear to be progressing their board state quickly. Yeah, Kalain lets you pump your creatures as much as you possibly can. So we're good on that respect. No. I do not want to use treasures to play this Prowler. So I think what I'd like to do is set up a turn here where I attack with the Guildsworn Prowler and then Deadly Dispute it to draw 3. Which will hopefully provide me with the ability to start making some land drops. I don't think Morden's Disciples is great, but I am very behind curve on development here. And now that my opponent has had like this many free turns of ability to play things, I am going to be having a tricky time getting out from under it. Would love if the opponent blocked for no reason. That would be stellar. No. Well, at some point, I could possibly play an absolutely giant Meteor Golem. Liara. Okay. That's going to be a significant problem. I'm happy the opponent didn't decide to attack with a Steadfast Unicorn. Okay, so we can Meteor Golem here, kill the Liara. They tap down the Prowler. We can double block a Disciple. They can activate Steadfast Unicorn. We can't double block a Disciple. Alternatively, I could Meteor Golem a Disciple. They can only tap down one thing, which is Guildsworn Prowler. If they remove the Meteor Golem, any of you goblins? No. So I can't go ham with Battlecry Goblin. I don't see a way around playing Meteor Golem here. And I think that I have to target the Disciples. I don't like going all in on being this vulnerable to a single removal spell, but I also don't think I have options. I could have potentially tried to bait it in some sort of scenario where they let me kill them with the Swashbuckler, plus Battlecry Goblin getting haste. But I don't think I can pull that off. Okay, cool. Them returning that to their hand is not really something I care about. How much do I want to try to race my opponent here? I don't really. I can give the Meteor Golem double strike, though, but they're probably always going to have a blocker. I think I need to not attack this turn. I'm not really concerned about them giving double team to the Disciples. They can tap down the Meteor Golem, but that prevents them from actually playing another creature. Okay. I don't know if it's better to block with the Guildsworn Prowler to play around a removal spell here. Although them playing a removal spell instead of the Disciples is probably better for me. I'm trying to play around the 1-mana Indestructible spell. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't care about that. Wait, why did that cost 1? Oh, that costs 1 mana and not 2? Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to play around 1 mana, save their creature, and able to play the Disciples, but I guess I have failed in that. I didn't realize this was 1 mana. So the Indestructible spell is the more playable of the two, and this played around the Indestructible spell better because it kept the Guildsworn Prowler, but kind of still losing either way. Dear me. Okay. So now those are back to being 3/4s, and they tap down 2 of my things. I kind of just can't recover from how much we missed land drops here. Potentially might have been able to had I made a better block last turn, but no guarantee the opponent couldn't have played around it regardless. So we're taking 5, 6 damage before the opponent even plays anything on this attack. We can triple block a Disciple, go to 5. If they activate Steadfast Unicorn, I can't even do that? Ugh. We lost our Swashbuckler, so there's no giving Double Strike to the Meteor Golems. Whoa, okay. So unfortunately, Steadfast Unicorn is still activatable, which means I have no good blocks. I could force them to activate Steadfast Unicorn, but that results in me losing most of my board for little to no gain. So unfortunately, that's not really an option. Really would have preferred them to activate the Unicorn and not have more cards in hand. Okay, Vampire Spawn's reasonable. Flooding the board and hoping that that finally gives us good blocks is sort of the only hope we've got going. But the more flooded the board becomes, the more that Steadfast Unicorn really hurts. Could attack with Genasi Rebel Rousers, which results in us having 1 fewer blocker. Do I have enough health to do that? Or should I just be playing the Battlecry Goblin instead? I should probably just be playing the Battlecry Goblin instead. I really have to maximize stats on board this second. I could also hold up Deadly Dispute and sack the Guildsworn Prowler after they tap it, which results in me drawing 3 cards. Which might be the kind of tempo I need. And by tempo I mean the opposite of tempo, but the kind of card advantage I need to find a removal spell for the Disciples, of which I think I still have at least 2 good ones in the deck. It also gives me a Scry. I think I have to play to the board for the time being, though. Well, my opponent hasn't disconnected, but they're definitely having a long, hard think about, I guess, where to use a removal spell. Can't really attack here. We're firmly on the defense. I can't tell if my opponent's having, like, spotty connection issues. Because they did actually pass through the previous thing before their timer expired. It would be kind of... okay. No, they're just doing their thing, I guess. Okay, so... face up. Still not activating Vigilance. I guess their life total is high enough that that really doesn't matter. Okay, so the Moradin's disciples are represented as 4/5s at the moment. The opponent didn't activate Liara, which indicates that they have something in hand that they want to spend more mana on. Or else they just want to activate Steadfast Unicorn. So, 2 power, 4 power, 5 power? Do I have to chump block the other disciples here? Possibly. What if the opponent plays another 1/3 buff? So buffs it up to 5, buffs it up to 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. I could put everything in front of it, which kills it through another pump spell. Another copy of exactly this pump spell, but not an indestructible one. 4, 5... risk this? No, I think I'm supposed to block like this. It means I can only kill one thing if they spend no mana. I think that's very appealing. I go down to 4, which puts me in range of a lot of burn. Okay. So they end up having to activate that, which does kill a second creature. And they have a pump spell. That doesn't make any sense. I stand by, I think, how I blocked. My opponent having this pump spell makes their attack horrendous. Like, they just attacked very poorly. So I don't think I'm supposed to read them as having an Anthem. An Anthem meant they should have attacked with their entire team. Okay, no attacks. But I guess precisely +1/+1 was the kind of effect I could have played around. Oh, this was awful. I forgot Steadfast Unicorn was an instant, despite having played around that all game. Like, they could have just saved the disciples, which would have killed me. Alright. Perpetually gets -2/-2, and at the beginning of each upkeep. Okay. So I can kill the squadron, but not before it gets off double team, annoyingly. I do have to deny it the maximum amount of stats, though, or else it kills me with Steadfast Unicorn. I have 4 blockers here. So I am just barely staying alive, but they do get to kill me with the Ranger Squadron next turn, so I'm going to need to top deck another answer to that I don't have. Double Team does not copy any changes to the card as printed as on the base. So they're going to get a 3/4. The only change will be that it doesn't have Double Team. Flying blocker? Jaded Sellsword. Alright. Well, I do not believe that gets there. I do feel like... I wonder if I hadn't played the Meteor Golem when I did, and then instead developed a wider board that was harder to tap down, whether this game would have been much more under my control. Yeah, I don't believe that I can stop them from not dying here. Okay. That said, they did not play anything that looked hyper scary. That part's a good sign. Do we like Black Dragon from that board state? It matches up well against Ranger Squadron. And does kill Disciple. Although Disciple's utility in that particular game was kind of unique. Either way, I do not particularly love Fiend Lash, so we'll give Black Dragon a shot in its place. Sox was around earlier, but took off. Person playing Gargaroth ramp into Epiphany on the Explorer ladder. It's very fun. Sweet. Gargaroth is like one of the most fun Bane Slayers they've ever printed. Okay. Well, this is a game plan. I think I might actually be playing Guildsworn Prowler on turn 2. Yeah, I think that is the case. Kalain just Swashbuckler into Warriors of Tiamat would be also a lot, but I mean, this thing gets through for a lot of damage. Nobody can say nothing about it. I feel like I could probably just block the Soldiers of the Watch with the Swashbuckler. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just supposed to attack with Swashbucklers. Yeah, what the heck. I got Warriors of Tiamat. We're the aggro deck here. If the opponent wants to spend their turn 3 playing Soldiers of the Watch to block my creatures, I think I'm pretty okay with that. I don't think I'm jamming Warriors of Tiamat here and wasting a treasure. Okay, so like trade with my 2/2. That's cool. So now do you want to kill my Kalain to deny me anything? Oh, that's a bummer. I was really hoping that they would play the Banisher Priest creature again, and I'd get to re-trigger my Kalain again. We're going to hang on to that Kalain. I want those stat boosts. Those juicy, juicy stat boosts. So presumably they have a spell here that's going to save their Soldiers of the Watch. Otherwise they would have equipped the Fiend Lash. They can have a 2-mana +1/+3, or returning it to hand. Indestructible doesn't matter. If they return it to hand, that's more or less fine with me. I kind of want to play Warriors of Tiamat. You know what? Let's just play the Black Dragon, because I guess what I'm actually worried about is them playing the 5 damage to an attacker which if I go all in on the Warriors of Tiamat gets really, really punished. Fiend Lash is 3 to equip? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting this card's bad. That's a good point. Doing this before attacks because I don't want to have them use the removal spell on the Kalain. Also, the Black Dragon is now going to be attacking as something bigger than their 5-mana removal spell that they are partially representing. That's cool. So if they use the 1/3 pump spell to save the Soldiers of the Watch, then we still traded Black Dragon's ETB for a card, which is certainly fine. Rasad, no, my Black Dragon. It got shrunk. Well, this is a little disappointing. I want to kill that Rasad, but I want to get value out of my Black Dragon ETB. And running Warriors of Tiamat into it also really sucks. So I guess I'm just going to swing with the Guildsworn Prowler and see if they want to trade Rasad for that. No, they do not. Okay. I think I have, literally nothing in the deck that has Specialize. Weirdly enough. Yeah, okay. So I guess I can just play my land drops. If they try to specialize the Rasad, I can Sewer Plague in response. Okay. I think I just take this damage. I could kill it, but the damage doesn't really matter to me, and I want them to play another creature at the end of turn. Oh, they're not gonna? Bummer. Okay. Well, how are you protecting the Rasad from Sewer Plague, then? They can use a pump spell to save it. No, they can return it to hand, which is slow. Okay. Warriors of Tiamat, on the other hand, is extremely fast. Oh, is that lethal? Oh, hey, that's lethal. Cool. Okay. How has Baba been doing? Haven't drawn it yet. Also, our mana has looked kind of awkward for casting it when we have Kalain incentivizing us to throw out our treasures early to pump creatures means they don't really stick around to fix for the Lasaga, which I think might mean that it's not looking as good as it might in other shells, or might not even look as good as just playing an Earth Cult Elemental would look. But I'm willing to keep testing it. Experimental and all that. I think there's a lot of room for the card to be worse than Priest of the Forgotten Gods and still be a very good card, though. You know? I think we're leaning on Kalain. Once again, my opponent's Soldiers of the Watch can hit me. It's not the end of the world. If I end up playing Vampire Spawn next turn, then I got a good blocker for Soldiers of the Watch anyway. Giant fire beetles. Gross. No. None of that now. Okay, so they can attack with the fire beetles. I could double block. I feel very strongly like they just want to trade with Kalain here. Because if they had a pump spell, they probably would have attacked with Soldiers of the Watch as well. Am I okay trading with Kalain in this position, denying a +1/+1 counter later on? I don't need the fixing because Pilgrim's Eye can grab green. Getting to pump the Battlecry Goblin here is pretty appealing. Yeah, alright. I guess I'm willing to trade Kalain here. They have a pump spell but didn't attack with Soldiers of the Watch? Okay. The opponent's attacks consistently seem pretty bad. Huh. Do I want a 3/3 Battlecry Goblin, or... Yes, I think I do want a 3/3 Battlecry Goblin more than I want a 2/2 Pilgrim's Eye. Do I want to hold up Sewer Plague? No, I think I want to deck thin. I got enough life. And I can pretty aggressively trade off this Kalain now that I have another Kalain. Fist. My opponent's gotten a lot of double team value, and I have not drawn cards that really handle that well, though. So that's going to be a problem. And we're starting to flood out a little bit. That's going to be an issue. So I could pump Battlecry Goblin, attack with the squad, Sewer Plague a blocker. That's not great. I guess we're just hanging back. They're incentivized to make some attacks that enable First Strike on Hobgoblin Captain, which I might be able to punish with Sewer Plague. Yeah, like this. That kind of works for me. Actually, let's block with Kalain. Yeah, I don't think I'm built to handle this First Striking Hobgoblin Captain, so I think I have to use a removal spell on it. Ugh, more double teamers. I really can't handle this card advantage if I don't draw something that actually provides me with resources. Goodness gracious. This is admittedly at least a spot where the Black Dragon will be very good. So I'm happy to have sided it in. Ugh. Pilgrim's Eye still doesn't really work here. Yeah, this is just miserable. Ranger Squadron's been looking good in both of the games they've played it, though. So that's informative. Alright, how about either of our dragons? Both will be excellent here. Jaded Sellsword, huh? Well, alright. Time to attempt some deeply awkward racing. Oh, I'm one treasure short of actually having that 1/1 mean anything. Oh, polite of them to let me actually get a card's worth of value out of that 1/1 instead of just blocking with the Ranger Squadron, though. So that works. Okay. Well, that could have been worse. Well, hopefully it's not a red card in their hand. I can possibly handle the white Lulu. I absolutely cannot handle the red Lulu. Okay, so it's just a white card. That's actually good for me. Them playing Steadfast Unicorn was way worse than them upgrading Lulu, from my perspective. Reserve Tiamat. Okay, well, that's card advantage. I'll take it. Trades with the Fire Beetles, which isn't the most impressive thing in the world, but yeah. So we have 2 blocks with Pilgrim's Eyes, which save us some life. The Rabble Rouser is going to be a lot of represented damage going forward. Yeah. So it attacks as a 4/3. I don't think it's correct for me to trade both my Pilgrim's Eyes for it. I'm just dead? Okay, I guess I'm just dead. It is not terribly easy to beat that much card advantage when you also flood out that much. So I suppose that's not a terribly surprising result. There was, aside from playing the Unicorn instead of discarding it, I guess playing the Unicorn instead of discarding it really would have answered me top decking a 4/4, but that was a position where our opponent, after having discarded the 1/1, was kind of just going to get entirely brick-walled if we had ever top-decked a 4/4 flyer, which I think does validate having brought in, or bringing in, the dragon in that position. Flying seems really good in this format, nothing has reach. I mean, we took out a card that grants reach, because it's just too slow. And we had flyers, but we definitely did not draw them. That is not a hand that has lands. This is a hand that has lands. Okay. This is actually a pretty reasonable hand. We can do a lot with this hand. I have no desire to block. I am sad that my 2-drop got removed, but I suppose I can also be happy that my 2-drop got removed in a way that cost them a premium removal spell? Let's see, do I have any reason to want double red or double black? I do want double red game 1 for my 6-drop dragon. I guess we'll go with that. Is the opponent missing a land drop, and does that incentivize me to... Why did they not attack with a Prowler? They don't want to draw a card? I'm not certain about that one, opponent. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just play the Prowler then. Then I think I can Dragon's Fire something. I don't know whether spending my mana would be more appealing, given that this is a turn that our opponent's probably activating the navigation orb anyway. Yeah, I probably should have just played the Jaded Sellsword. And then been willing to run it into the Guild Prowler. Okay, opponent's going full 4 color. Interesting. Does that incentivize me to hold on to my removal? Well, no. It incentivizes me to use my removal right now to save my Prowler. My Prowler does just turn into a 2-1, but I kind of value having a 2-1. And also not using my mana. Guildsworn Prowler is extremely excellent, yes. Ooh, Kalain into Swashbuckler Extraordinaire on the same turn was also a reason to want double red before the double black. Okay, so we're continuing to chip away at the opponent. You're just hexproof. That makes me sad. And a reanimation spell, huh? Yuck. Which means I guess I'm just going to blow up the Bonecaller Cleric. And turn this into a 5/5. I wonder if I was supposed to blow up the Scaled Nurture to deny them double green, but they can't play that many double green spells in their 4-color list. Minthara, yeah, that's a card. It's definitely a meaningful card. So I can't really attack with Meteor Golem here unless I find a way to make a treasure. Then they could just chump block it too. That would make me sad. So we've hit a board state where the 7-drop dragon would be fine. Not stellar, but fine. Okay, so the opponent's definitely representing stuff. You know what, opponent? I'll bite. I'll play around stuff. I think the most likely thing they could have here is the +2/+2 counters and untap. Oh, okay. We're shrinking my creature. Either way, I'm satisfied with my blocks in that case. Remember the part where I said I don't know how many double green spells they can be playing in their 4-color deck? Apparently the answer is more. Well, we have kind of flooded out. So this is gonna get awkward. Cool. I guess we block with Pilgrim's Eye? Oh dear. I mean, I kind of just lose here, huh? There's kind of like no way to not lose here, huh? I don't really have a board wipe that I can draw into. They're gonna just have way more resources than me. Yeah, okay. Alright. So, how do we handle that? Ideally by just doing stuff on curve. I wonder if I'm just playing too many... Or I'm not playing enough top end, possibly? Given the amount of Pilgrim's Eyes and treasure production that I have? Maybe I'm just supposed to, like, play another 7-drop and another 6-drop? Maybe we're just supposed to be in the market for big creatures? We certainly seem to be consistently flooding out, which would mean we need more ways to spend our mana. I do like my opponent mulliganing. That helps. I'm guessing the sun's probably hitting the wall behind me right about now. Okay, removal. Yeah, not the removal I really want to use on Guildsworn Prowler, but I probably should have. And we have immediately drawn way too many expensive cards. Whoops. Ugh. Okay. That's going to be an issue. I can't really play the Lasaga into a Death Toucher while sacking my only treasure. Why is our opponent playing other colors? Okay. What do you turn into, Mythic 3-mana 2/2 that is bad? Oh, okay, so it draws a land. Then we get 4 mana Anthem. Oh, and after the specialization, it comes back. And it just has a bunch of silly not. Okay, okay. I believe I see the point here. Still really don't want to play this Baba Lysaga with nothing else to do with it, so I guess we just hold up the removal? Would I rather Sewer Plague the Lucamina? Probably not. I mean, probably yes, because I've got Black Dragon to make Dragon's Fire slightly better. So I think I can swing this. Jam the Earth Cult Elemental. It blocks the Bard, at least. Yeah, what the heck. Let's try to roll a 20. Opponent sacrifices a permanent is kind of fine. Yeah, if they're sacrificing a land, that slows them down so much here. I can kind of live with that. They swing with one Death Toucher? No, they swing with both. Interesting. Okay. I think I want one turn of not giving them the card advantage from these. I can probably Dragon's Fire them next turn. Okay, so our Earth Cult Elemental is going to get smaller. So at some point, if I have another treasure, I can steal their Prowler and then Dragon's Fire it, so I draw a card. If we steal Bard, we can swing for 10, which is like cool, but then I die, which isn't cool. So I'm incentivized to trade off Earth Cult Elemental this turn, I guess. So I guess we'll do that. By which I mean trade it off with a Prowler. Notably, we did make them not hit a land drop by not killing the Prowler last turn. I would like to not take any damage. Saw the interview you had from Pro Tour Kaladesh where you were talking about breaking Panharmonicon. It's like you haven't aged a day. Alright. Considering that that was like nearly 8 years ago or whatever, I'll take it. Okay, well, I can't play Black Dragon here, so unfortunately we're just gonna hold on. And unfortunately that's hexproof, so I can't steal it and then get a food token. I will 1,000,000% block your giant creature with my Death Toucher. Presumably they're stuck with a bunch of cards in hand they can't cast because they didn't have their other 2 colors of mana. No, but apparently that has become fixed. Alright, can we draw a land? No? We can draw a 7-drop. Radical. Can I, like, make you lethal somehow? Not really. Okay. Can you kill me somehow? Pretty close to it, but yeah, I guess I can't do anything. We certainly did draw every single expensive card we sided in because we kept flooding out. And then drew 1 land too little to play them. Dear me. Alright, land drop. Alright, I guess that works. I will steal your big expensive card. And then hit you with it and then Deadly Dispute. This sort of plays. I mean, I'm probably still dead to the Clement. Unless I draw, like, land to draw. Oh, okay. Alright, opponent, you want to specialize that Clement, maybe? Is that appealing? This has gone surprisingly well. Wow. Oh dear, that's a 3-5. That's extremely big, opponent. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. This is a little shocking. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Reanimate. What are we getting back? Minthara? No, 4-5. I mean, yeah, that's big. It's very, 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 very big. No attacks. We drew the 7th land and now we're golden. That's true. That's true. We drew the 7th land exactly the turn we needed to. Not in the order I was expecting, but... here we are. So they can kill our Babala Saga. I would like them to not, but they can and probably will. I guess I could just chump the Werebear with, like, Pilgrim's Eye, so that I'd actually still get to activate the Lazaga. I mean, drawing 3 cards sounds pretty fun, so maybe that's what I'm supposed to do? Opponent, you're going to be really mean to me, aren't you? Tell you what. Okay. I'll take a gamble. I hope they don't kill it. Okay. That's not killing it in a way that matters. Oh, but that does make my life kind of awkward. I still have to sack the Meteor Golem, and it's gonna die. So that means I'm kind of just chump blocking the Werebear. I mean, but I want to draw cards, though. Yeah, I mean, this sounds fun, right? What nuts cards can this draw? Mutate. This can hit so many things that actually just, like, end the game. Or at least make my life really hard, so I kind of have to block it. And then just hope. I don't know, maybe I'm just supposed to let them hit me. Okay, opponent, you can just hit me. What's the worst that can happen? They sack the food to gain 3 life and go up to 5? I don't think they would do that. Oh, hey, cool. Vampire spawns stellar. Okay, opponent, is your plan to gain 3 life? Not be dead? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I like this plan where you're dead better. Oh, alright, well. Apparently we needed every single expensive spell, so guess we'll keep them. Was that worse than Priest of the Forgotten Gods? In that situation, I guess, but, like, it drained our opponent for 3, which was incredibly relevant, both us gaining life and them losing life, and drew us 3 cards? Like, that was very good. Not killing the opponent's creature was worse, but, like, the card itself still did well. Yeah, we switched to playing best of 3 because I don't know whether best of 1 has the hand smoothing algorithm, but I want to play, judging by the hands we've had today, it probably does not. But I wanted to try to get a feel for not having the hand smoothing algorithm, if that is indeed the case. Because I believe that the qualifier weekend is best of 3. I feel like I looked that up and got that confirmed. Ew. This card's like just better Pilgrim's Eye, which is kind of sad. For me, specifically. Alright, you want to trade for my Armor of Shadows opponent? No? Cool. Then I would like to play a Pilgrim's Eye. And go get a red source. Just keep playing 4/5s all day long. Never not play 4/5. Alright. But we got our witch. Still leaves me needing to chump this thing. I guess I could just hope they never find a blue source. Is a valid option. What do we think? Armor of Shadows is 3, so I can... I don't know. This card's so completely absurd if it ever hits. Okay, so they played the land, meaning they don't yet have blue source. Do I just let them hit me? Do I have to chump here? I would want to chump with the Battlecry Goblin. I think I have to chump. Understand the logic behind not killing the Lucamina? With what? With the Dragonfire? I can always do that when they have the ability to threaten to specialize it. Okay, well, we have the Armor of Shadows block on the Werebear, which is at least hopefully pretty strong. That's good. That's good. Now hopefully they play a land drop and try to specialize the Lucamina. Come on, opponent. Surely you want to specialize, right? No? Okay, Skanos is kind of a problem. I think at this point, for the sake of tempo, because if I draw a land, I want to play Earth Cult Elemental, I kind of just have to Dragonfire the Lucamina now. And we do draw a land, so we do play the Earth Cult Elemental. No, I don't want both players to have to sacrifice a permanent. I want just them to have to sacrifice a permanent. I kind of need my permanents. Do I want to attack with Lazaga? I don't think so. Okay, so my opponent's life is kind of hard into a 6/6. Maybe I was supposed to attack and actually accept that trade. I was kind of just hoping they don't have an answer to a 6/6 if I do that, though. Clement pumps their team. Concerning. Specializes, makes a 4/4 when it leaves. Okay. Warriors of Tiamat. Attacks, swings, trades, leaves a 4/4. That's probably fine, I guess. I'm certainly spending more mana than them to accomplish this, but... considering... I guess they discarded a land, so it doesn't really, like... cost them a resource to have specialized there, or not a resource that mattered. Yeah, they're playing a 4-color deck, which means they just went hyper greedy on the fixing and are trying to play every rare in their pool. This grants flying. Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess they drew an island, so I lose. That's unfortunate. Okay, Kalain, do you do anything? Guess you let me activate Baba Lysaga? I could draw into Dragonfire right now. Is it better to Deadly Dispute before activating Lysaga? Or does it matter? I don't know. Do I want to leave Kalain because it's a blocker? I don't think so. Sewer Plague. Oh, is that good enough? That might be good enough. Shrink you down to 1? Only getting attacked for 6? Okay. Why am I doing this now? Because if I hit Dragonfire, I want to kill the Skanos before they untap. And if I draw into a land, then I can play the land. Woo! I can't believe I stole that. Yeah. Sewer Plague is sort of a sorcery speed answer in a sense. That wasn't necessarily on my mind, but yeah, I didn't see any reason that I had to wait. Although I guess I could have... No. So there was no way that I could have blocked with the Kalain because they were representing only flyers. So there wasn't much benefit to like waiting to sack it until after blocks anyway. Okay, so let's say that consistently we have not been impressed by Fiend Lash and felt a need for more expensive cards. So since chat keeps asking, we will endeavor to play the Black Dragon, I guess. What was the other expensive card? Earth Elemental. You know what? Earth Elemental's honestly impressed me. A 6/6 is actually, like, kind of just a radical stat line in this format. What were we cutting? Nefarious Imp? That would make me sad. I guess it's probably Rabble Rouser, even if it kind of fits with Deadly Dispute. Alright. I guess we'll give that a go. What's that I'm drinking? It is a Kroger brand sparkling lemon lime water. All right. So from having just rebuilt our deck, now facing a double Pilgrim's Eye hand, I'm very glad we included more expensive cards in the deck. Yeah, we are definitely playing solid rares, I think. Oh, actually no. Somehow we ended up in a color combination that's has literally 0 rares. I'm just playing it because it's got the good commons and uncommons. But we're splashing 1 mediocre rare. Does that count? Do I ever buy other flavors? No, I just buy them out of this flavor. It's the only good one. Now, would I rather deck thin here, or develop Nefarious Imp because it prevents 1 damage? I would probably rather deck thin in this position. I think Lysaga has about as much synergy with this deck as you can expect. Like, Lysaga wants you to have artifact creatures you can sack to it, and this deck does a pretty solid job of that. I think that it's a little medium on the splash, and it kind of requires you to be capable of dirtling. It doesn't synergize super great with being aggressive and trading off your creatures, which is more of what this is about. Okay. There's that expensive card we sided in, specifically to work with all of this treasure in ramping, so here we are. Yeah, Pilgrim's Eye is kind of a 1-card draw 3, drain 3 with Lysaga, which is solid. No, my opponent rolled a 20, they gained so much life. Dear me. I wonder if I'm supposed to trade with the Shepherd there. I don't think so. Do I want Armor of Shadows? That sounds kind of bad, even though it sort of kills a Basilisk. That's a problem. That's fine, at least. Oh dear. Alright, well, we have a problem. Well, you know what? I can double block the Basilisk anyway. The Armor of Shadows wouldn't have done anything. Death Touch only gets to kill 1/1/1 anyway. Maybe my opponent's out of cards. Maybe not. This thing having 6 power and killing my 6/6 is really, really, really unfair. And I guess it'll be fine. We'll just roll a natural 20. Okay, well, not having to sacrifice my own stuff is a good start. Okay, so we trade with Thrakkus. I don't really have a plan for where we're going after that. Mostly our life total is going to 1, I think. Or we could be dead. Okay, so what we've discovered is that being on the draw isn't good, and also that not doing anything until turn 6 is also not good. But that's not the most horribly surprising. I can't actually tell if we cut too many 2-drops or not, to be honest. Let's continue testing out the black dragon. Cut the red dragon even though I think it better. Play the aggressive card that makes the red dragon that we just cut better. No, the red dragon is probably the best of those uncommon cycles. But it also is like a linearly aggressive card. And I'm increasingly unsure whether we can actually fit a linearly aggressive deck here. We have a lot of 2-drops that are not aggressive early on. I hate that I can't keep that hand. I hate that I can't keep this hand. So I guess we've kind of lost. Okay. So, Guildsworn out. Deadly Dispute out, I guess. We're just going to try the turn 3/5/5 and hope that gets us here. Somewhere. Immediately draw the 6-drop. That's bad. It'll be fine. We'll just draw our Ornithopters. That's the goal. Just draw Ornithopter. Or just get there with a hyperfast 5/5. Ideally, that'll work too. Another creature that makes a treasure would also be cool. That took me a second, but I appreciate that reference. I'd like to think that it's not aging too harshly or too fast, but maybe a little. Ugh. Are you really going to draw only lands and still not allow me to cast my Earth Cult Elemental on turn 6 deck? Is that the life I'm about to live? Imagine if we were able to play a 4/2 with haste this turn into a 4/2 with haste next turn. That'd be so sick. Alright, how bad is the 7-drop? Prosper Tomebound. Cool, it's a Death Touch card. Cool. Until the end of the next turn, you may play that card. Alright, Radical. I guess I'll trade with your creature. Because I have to. Because it's, like, worse for me for you to have the creature. No? Not interested? Oh, that's worse for me, alright. So the opponent draws a card every turn and also makes a treasure every turn. It's going to be troublesome. Oh, cool. See, the fun part is when they steal my Baba Lysaga, they get to just sack it to itself. So that's just, like, impressive. I kind of can't win this, so that's going to be a problem. I guess the good news is they can't attack with it. All they get to do with it is draw 3 and drain 3 and kill my creature for 3 mana. Well, 4 mana. They have to sacrifice a treasure. So that part's nice. I guess they do lose a land. That's kind of good for me. The good news is they're drawing so many cards, they're likely to discard to hand size at some point. Probably not, but like I can hope. That's kind of a problem. Alright, so I need to kill every creature my opponent has. Oh dear. I'm still on with single red mana, huh? Okay, so we are currently taking like infinity damage. I guess I can block the Skanos is at least a small mercy. I suppose there's a world in which I shouldn't have attacked with a Prowler so that I could block the Skanos, but I mean, I'm kind of falling behind pretty fast if I'm not actually killing the opponent. You give first strike. Okay, well that's not actually very scary. I guess it solves their problem with the Guildsworn Prowler in the future. Okay, so I have an opening to get in some damage here. Oh, cool. I can't kill that with Dragon's Fire. I don't have any red mana. Game. We're really mocking me today, huh? I guess I mulliganed to 5 this game, didn't I? So I suppose this is not too terribly unexpected. Alright, so they target Prosper. Knoll Hunter gets pumped. Oh dear. So we block. Yeah, I can't afford to take that much damage. We kill the Knoll Hunter. They play the Druid. We top deck a land. We play Meteor Golem, kill the Skanos. Okay, sure. Very well. Game over. Alright, moving on. That is enough Shuffler for one evening, I think.